Welcome to Full Circle Florida. Let's bring in political correspondent Rachael Bade. Rachael, what is the level of confidence versus the level of concern about President Biden among the people who run the Democratic Party behind the scenes?
Hey there, Paul. Well, I have heard nothing but worry from Democrats I'm talking to on Capitol Hill, from donors who give to the Democratic Party, and folks who work on campaigns for Democrats. I mean, universally, with the exception of maybe one or two folks, Democrats have told me that they think if Joe Biden stays atop the ticket, we're going to have another Donald Trump term in the White House. And so there's this sort of frozen fear almost in the party right now. People don't know what to do. Should they try to push Biden to step aside? If they come out publicly and do that, is it going to start a civil war that ends up undercutting the party anyway? And so, look, a lot of people, they're just sort of waiting. They're watching the polls. But I do think we're going to start to see more and more Democrats come out and say that they think Biden needs to step aside because, look, I think otherwise they're worried they're going to lose the White House.
Well, and if that happens, Rachael, it would seem that, Vice President Kamala Harris would be the top of the ticket, right? They're not going to blow up the whole ticket and start over.
Well, that's the big question right now. I mean, well, the first big question is if Biden steps aside. That's the second big question right now, I should say. And there's a debate going on behind the scenes, a very hush-hushed one, because a lot of Democrats don't want to talk about this out loud for, fear that there'll be blowback from the Biden team. But people are saying, should Kamala be the person that steps up? She's obviously the vice president. She talks about abortion quite a bit on the campaign trail. That's an issue that is going to be really important to Democrats coming this fall. But then there's a lot of other rather ambitious governors across the country, people like Gavin Newsom in California, Gretchen Whitmer in Michigan, and some of their allies would love to see them have a shot at potentially taking on the ticket. So wow. I think the Democratic Party, if Biden steps aside, it's going to be it could be a potential civil war. And the best thing for Democrats right now is to find someone to quickly unite behind. I wouldn't be surprised if it ends up being Kamala Harris. But look, people, like I said, they're ambitious, and some of them may want this job themselves.
It would be something to sort it out all at the convention, and a long way to go and a short time to get there in terms of the calendar. Rachael Bade, thank you for your insight. Appreciate it. Next on Full Circle Florida, the rise of Christian white nationalism. Is it fear-mongering or an uncomfortable truth? The author who's raising the concern next.